Part of the role that my staff have isn't all about cleaning, it's probably more about customer service. When I first came here, we had really old-fashioned ride-on scrubber dryers, but we also had a huge team, and it was all physical, monotonous, old-fashioned kind of cleaning. You have to look around and see if you can work smarter, and they were constantly breaking down. So then we went on to a more modern version of a ride-on scrubber dryer again. It goes back to that doing the same thing. The mind's wandering and people are crashing into the commercialisation stands, and I think over the last couple of years we've easily paid out a few £100,000 of damages done by the machine to stands, and that's without the damage to the actual machine or damage to a wall. But since we've had this machine, we haven't had one incident, not one. I'm telling you, it's so much money. And that's just in a short space of time. I mean, you know, going forward, how much money is that going to save? As soon as I seen it and I knew, because what we had said was when the guys came in, that the challenge here would have been the gradients, and it just did it. It means that the staff can do all of the jobs that we would have probably had to put overtime on for. So for instance, we've got this horrible wavy wall that collects dust at one of the entrances. That's done, like the fairies have been in. Oh, how have you done that? Well, we had time. Nobody's had time previously. If we were still using just the ride-on machinery, we wouldn't get half as many of the jobs done on a night. I wouldn't get steaming done, high-level dust, and you wouldn't get any of that done. You would just be concentrating on floors. That's not what it's about. There's loads and loads. We've got escalators that take a lot of time to do. We've got entrances, we've got all sorts of things. And now the time's being used really productively. And I also don't believe that we'll lose any people because of having robot machines in, because you'll always need the people. We always want to give the customer service level that we are now, because it is a community, and that's really important. But the machine knows where it's going. It'll remember that it hasn't done that bit, and it'll come back and do it. It goes a long way on one charge. It knows when it needs a charge, it goes back. It doesn't waste water. It'll just take away all of the monotony and boredom and risks. It takes away a lot of risk. It turns up for work every day because it lives here. Absolutely amazing. I've never had service like this from any of the other manufacturers that I've used, ever. You don't have to be really technical to do it. I don't need to know about how to map the centre. I don't need to know about QR codes. That's all done as part of purchasing your machine.